Barbados, get up.
Good morning Barbados, good morning to you. Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning Barbados, good morning.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Morning to you.
Indeed, good morning to you all, wherever you are. It is Friday. Indeed, Friday. We've come safely to the end of another work week for those who work Monday to Friday. But it's perhaps just another day in the life of those of you who work in other shifts. But to all of you who do, fantastic Friday morning to you. The favorite phrase of many, on the lips of many really, is thank God it's Friday. And I join you in saying all of that. It is, however, Friday the 6th of March, 2026. And I'm Pearson Bowen, saying good morning to all of you, welcoming all of you on our streams on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, cbc.bb. Thank you for sharing with us. Share the show, though. Don't be selfish. Share the show, so hit share and send it to someone else to tell them, hey, come. There's a lot that's happening over here. We build community. I'd encourage you also, if you know of something, someone, a topic we need to tackle, tell us about it. And you can do so by sending us an email. That email address is on your screen. It is morninbarbados@cbc.bb. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And for those of you who do, we say thank you for sharing, for doing so. It being the 6th of March, we are just now 14 days away from the Friday on which we will all be rocking our socks as the world turns its attention to World Down Syndrome Day. The countdown is definitely on. This year's theme is Together Against Loneliness. Together against loneliness. And as the life of a child living with Down syndrome, sometimes we separate them from. But we want to build a more inclusive society. So Together Against Loneliness is the theme of this year. I want you to really ponder upon it and look at yourself and your actions as it relates to engaging with people with Down syndrome and realize that you are no different from them. They are no different from you. And so we want to build a more inclusive society. So in doing that, I want to encourage you to get your socks, to rock your socks on Friday, the 20th of March. And if you look at your screen right now, you will see that your purchase of your multicolored socks goes a long way towards supporting the Barbados Down Syndrome Association, the Down Syndrome Association of Barbados. And so I want you to go to any of these locations right there at the bottom of your screen. Look, Sheraton Mall this Saturday from 1 to 6. Don't walk past this area. Stop and buy your socks from them. Or again on the following Saturday. Then to Sky Mall also this Saturday. On the next Saturday from 1 till 6, and again in the following week, I get your socks. Not yet. And so I want you to get your socks as soon as possible. Why? Because again, and get it from those designated areas as well, because those purchases go towards assisting the work of the Down Syndrome Association of Barbados. So please do find them on social, get your socks. Women's Day, International Women's Day, is coming up on the 8th, which is this coming Sunday. And so as we shared with you earlier in the week, we've talked to you a little bit about endometriosis and PCOS and how it's impacting women. Well, there's a walk that is happening on Sunday, this coming Sunday, the same day as International Women's Day, starting at 3:30 at the Garrison Savannah. The walk will take you up to Hastings Rock. And in that walk, you are again showing support of women who are challenged in many other ways as well. And one of it is a health concern, endometriosis and PCOS. And so you get your purple color shirt with a white lettering, or you get your white shirts with a purple lettering, whatever way. But you show up on Sunday and walk with the group indeed. That leads me then in today's question today. The question of the day asks you, if you could say thank you to one woman who shaped your life, what would you say to her in celebration of International Women's Day? If you could just say thank you to one woman who has shaped your life, what would you say to her in celebration of International Women's Day? Call me now, 228-5562 or 228-5563. Let me hear what you would say to that one woman who has helped to shape your life. What would you say to her, really, in your celebration of International Women's Day? Again, you can also post your comments in our comment sections on Facebook and YouTube, 228-5562 or 228-5563. I pondered myself on this question. I thought, oh boy, there are so many different women, so many I could say thanks to who've been a part of my existence thus far. And every single moment of my day, they are ever in my conscience. My grandmother, we called her Mum. Mum was phenomenal. We sat with Mum in the kitchen and Mum would share so many things. I'll say, Mum, thank you. Your last words to me live with me to this day. She said to me, you're going to be great. And then that was it. You are going to be great. I shall never forget it, Mum. Thank you so much indeed. That's Mum. Mummy, yeah, we know mothers. Mummy's been fantastic indeed. Mummy's been brilliant all through. She's still alive, so she still has a very special place in my existence. My Aunt Daphne, who's also still alive, and so to Daphne I say thank you for being a part of my being. To my godmother Maureen, as old as I am, still thinks it important to be a part of every significant thing happening to me. That's my godmother. And my godmother, Maureen Edwards, I say to you as well, a big, big hearty thank you. As a matter of fact, my approach to being a godparent is built off of what you've taught me by your own example. And to you, I say thank you, Maureen. Continue being a phenomenal woman indeed. So what's yours? If you could say thank you to one woman who shaped your life, what would you say to her in celebration? 228-5562 or 228-5563. You heard me a couple of weeks ago say thank you to Sybil Leacock, who was a part of my educational journey. Boy, did she remind us how important it is for all of us to conduct self and to hitch a wagon to a star. We have a call though. Good morning, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. 228-5562 or 228-5563 are the numbers to call. And when you call, turn down the volume on your television. Just listen to your telephone, just as you would when you picked up the phone and you called somebody who you know. And that's how we shall communicate today. So give me a call and let me know. This morning on the show, we're taking a look at Commonwealth Day and the celebrations that are already planned, how we'll mark those celebrations here in Barbados. We get more details. Upcoming is Disrupt HR Barbados. And that one, as you know, over the years has been quite a phenomenal moment for people who take care of people, who are part of people's lives. And so we want to tell you a little bit more about what to expect, who will be speaking, how to get your tickets to be a part of this activity coming up at the end of the month. Let's take this call. Morning, hello. I am not hearing thou. I'm not sure if you're hearing me. Good morning. Okay, we'll test and we'll make sure and then you let me know. Also coming up this morning, we will be taking you all the way. Let me try again. Okay, good morning.
Good morning, person.
Hey, how are you?
I'm well, and you?
I do well too. Is this my girl from next door to me?
No.
Oh, who's calling?
Alexia.
Said again, Alexia. Ah, yes, it's you, Alexia. Now talk to me. If you could say thank you to one woman who has been a part of your life, who is that woman and what would you say to her?
That one woman would be Salma Henry of the period, the late Salma Henry.
And what would you say to her?
Thank you for encouraging me. You were the first person in my professional life to encourage me.
To encourage you to?
To be my best. He took me from working in the kitchen as a dietary assistant, got me to HR, and she said, I see big things for you.
Wow.
And I'm not going to keep you smothered. I'm going to let you soar.
Wow.
And she found ways to integrate me in every space in the career. And I remember meeting her before she died in the supermarket. And she would always say, I always keep the TV every time I see you on it because I'm so proud of you.
That is so beautiful a story to tell. Thank you, Alexia. Girl, you got me good. You got me good. It is so important for us, those of us who have responsibility, to provide opportunity for others and to spot that talent, that need, that desire in a person and give them the road to run and to help them run with it indeed. So I thank you and I thank Miss Henry as well for being a part of your life. Thank you, Alexia.
Okay.
All right, have a good day. 228-5562. I want to hear more of your stories. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Also today, good morning, Faye Roach. Have yourself a wonderful one. She extends early. Happy International Women's Day. Good morning. Looking forward to the Gold Cup tomorrow. Really? Are you a late video being with this little... Is this my Trinity girl? Is this my Trinity girl? Pearson, your little crew? Is that you? Good morning to you indeed. Have a terrific day. Yeah, looking forward to it. Rhonda Hines-Graham, good morning. She says, good morning, fantastic Friday to everyone at home and abroad. Barb will join us this morning. We want to hear about their recruitment drive. We know they lowered the age of access. And so what else are they doing? How are they going around this community to encourage more people to sign up and reap the benefits of BARP? We'll hear from them in just a little while as well. And we'll be taking you to Kenya this morning. Yep, because culture goes to Kenya. There's someone in Kenya who is promoting culture of Barbados there. And so we wanted to speak to that someone. I'll keep it just like that for just a moment so that you stay with me to be a part of it as well. But in the moment, I'm taking your calls. 228-5562 or 228-5563 if you could say thank you to one woman who shaped your life. What would you say to her in celebration of International Women's Day? I thought the floodgates would open and you would just burst right through. You're telling me now by your quiet that there's no one woman who has impacted and helped to shape your life? What does that say about you? What does that say about us? 228-5562 or 228-5563 if you are thinking so hard that you cannot find one woman who has been good to you over your lifetime. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Is it so hard to ponder? Is it so difficult for you to find one to say thank you to? Is it your neighbor? Is it your pastor or preacher or whomever? Is it your school teacher? Has it been just a good friend? Has it been your HR manager, your supervisor, someone who sat next to you? And you know, for me, my first job was in banking. And I'm so grateful to a lady by the name of Betty Prout. Betty Prout, who saw something in me and found ways always to encourage me. And she helped me reach into other spaces in banking as well. Thank you, Betty Prout. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Miss.
How do you do?
I'm doing well.
Oh, good to hear you. Who's calling and where you're watching from?
This is Norma Hunt from Atlanta Show.
Ah! Norms! Listen, that's the one I speak about all the time, folks. Norma Hunt, the water baby, who loves bathing in the sea and going to the beach every minute of every day. Even if it's overcast, Norma will be vexed because she can't get to the beach. Right, Norms? This is my good friend, Norma. I thank you too, Norma. I really honestly thank you because you two have played such a critical role. You know, she and I, we go to the Barclay Singers rehearsals together. I pick up my girl and we go. And as I said to you, you weren't with me last Tuesday and the car was so quiet because we laugh and we talk, we share, and we do all of those kinds of things. So, Norms, thank you.
Yes, please.
Yes. So your answer now, who would you want to say that one woman to say thanks to?
My godmother.
Mm-hmm.
A wonderful Belgian lady called Dorothy Taylor. Dorothy.
And
Jocelyn Hunt.
yes.
She put me in a position to really make me believe in myself. I taught for her at her international school, and to this day, I get students thanking me, making me feel really.
Yes. And now you.
And Mr. Pearson Boyne has played a great part in my life as well.
All right.
Have a good day, Pearson.
You too, Norms. Take care.
Love you.
Bye-bye, you too. I call her Norms, but she's Norma Hunt. Good friend. Really, really good friend. And I love the way she interacts with her children as well. Her daughters and her son, they mean the world to her. And so she shows her motherly connection with them. She does not miss a beat to be with her children and to have her children with her, to have her friends with her all the time because she just has a big heart that has the capacity to do all of that indeed. And so thank you for welcoming me into your little family, and thank you for being my friend as well, Norms. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Who is that one woman who has helped to shape your life? And if you were to have the opportunity to say thanks, what would you say to her? What would you say to her? Who is she? And then what would you say? 228-5562 or 228-5563. And remember, good morning. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Hello. How are you?
Okay, thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. Who's calling?
Leah?
Leah of next door.
Yes, please.
Yes, Miss Leah. Now,
Yes.
who is this woman who has helped to shape your life, and then what would you say to her?
My
Yes, Leah?
mother.
Your mother?
Yes.
Okay, and in what way has your mother impacted you? Don't whisper, speak into the phone. Don't whisper to me, come on. Mm-hmm.
I am caring, dependent on.
And have you had a chance? How do you express your appreciation to your mother, Leah?
Do Emma, with her everywhere, where the market, everyone, help her around the house.
Okay. You know what mothers love? A hug, and just a warm hug that says.
She doesn't like hugs.
She doesn't like hugs?
No, but I have.
But you hug her still?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, she's like, girl, let me go. That does not mean she doesn't like it. She loves it. She just thinks, she just doesn't know how to handle it. And that's okay. Don't stop, Leah. Don't stop. When she least expects it, walk up behind her and just give her a nice warm hug, okay? I like that bad. I like it bad. Thank you, Leah. Have a good day, okay?
You're welcome.
All right, bye-bye. Yeah, that's what mothers said to do. Let me go. Don't know let go. You don't mean that. We know you don't. You like it. We like it to do it. We'll take a break right here. We're coming back with more this morning on Morning Barbados.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely, and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We are 19 minutes now after 6 o'clock as we turn our attention to the upcoming Commonwealth Day. And I know you're saying to yourself, but hold on, are we now separated from the UK? We're still a part of the Commonwealth, and we'll share with you a little bit more about that in a moment and the celebrations to mark Commonwealth Day, as I'm joined this morning by David Williams, who's next to me. And next to him, as you know, is our favorite face on TV, Cheryl Dean. Cheryl guides us through all these military and puts everything into perspective as well. Across from me is Ryan Brathwaite, who is the Regional Development Manager of the Americas and the Caribbean for the Commonwealth Sports, which is an affiliate of the Commonwealth Society. Am I right, Ryan?
Well, the Commonwealth. It's an affiliate of the Commonwealth.
Of the Commonwealth. Good to have you. And this is your boy Joyce, the Reverend Martin Taylor, who is a part of the Boy Scouts Association. Well, good morning to you, sir.
Morning, sir.
All right. Good to have you gentlemen again. Let's put into perspective the Commonwealth and Commonwealth Day. I'll start with you. What's the history to that?
Well, the Royal Commonwealth Society is an international educational charity working as a non-sectarian, non-political organization to promote the value and values of the Commonwealth for the benefit of the peoples and countries of the Commonwealth. Now, the society has a long history. I'll just suffice it to say that the Barbados branch would have begun in 1982 or thereabouts. And since we became a republic, we're officially the Commonwealth Society of Barbados. And we celebrate Commonwealth Day along with other Commonwealth countries. Although we're a republic, as you said, we're very much still a member of the Commonwealth. And we have a special service on March the 9th to commemorate Commonwealth Day.
And all of this really harks back, folks, to Empire Day, which was designated at the time to mark the birthday of, who was her? Queen Victoria. And since 1977, the charter was that on the second Monday in March is when we will mark Commonwealth Day.
Correct.
And so, how many members, Cheryl, of the Commonwealth Society?
Here in Barbados, there are approximately just over 200 members. Yes, and we are grateful for the founder who started the movement here in Barbados, and for all that we have been able to accomplish. I am sure that the audience would associate the Commonwealth Society of Barbados with Christmas in the square and the Christmas trees, certainly.
And so, is it a growing group? The numbers are growing, or are the numbers decreasing because people are feeling a little more disconnected from the message or the moment of Commonwealth?
We can say both. It continues to be an aging organization, yes. And we're trying to encourage more young people to get involved, and especially through the schools and the various organizations.
So how are you doing that?
Mr. Williams would...
Oh, how are you doing that? Encouraging more children from schools to be a part.
Well, as Mr. Dean would have mentioned, we have the Christmas... we have the Christmas, trees in the square at Christmas time. But in terms of the service which is coming up, we invite schools to participate in terms of attendance. It's a process. We seek and we usually always receive permission from the Chief Education Officer to invite the schools. These are all the secondary schools in the island and the primary schools in St. Michael, all the primary schools in St. Michael, because the service is centrally located in St. Michael, right? And usually there's a good participation from the schools. This year we are expecting about as many as we would have had last year. It's a busy time for schools, but we usually get about 10 schools or so, and we invite each school to bring about a maximum of 20 students.
So we're looking at 200 students at least.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
And the principals receive personal invitations. So the principals attend as well, usually. This year we've also reached out to the Barbados Community College, and as a matter of fact, 2 members of their music department will be performing, because it's not just a dry service. We have musical performances and affirmations by different faiths.
It's a multi-faith thing. And we get to more details on that in just a moment.
Oh, yes.
Ryan.
Yes.
Because where you sit as the director of the regional development for the Barbados and the Caribbean and the Americas, what are you seeing from where you sit in terms of interest in Commonwealth activity?
Yeah, so I would say I guess one of the younger faces.
Yeah, I was going to leak it.
Cheryl Dean, in terms of the Commonwealth, I've been a member of the Commonwealth Society for maybe about 10 years now, actually. I became involved through a project called the Commonwealth Relay, the RCS Relay, which was a youth project. We engaged a number of young people as well, because we believe that the young people are the future. The Commonwealth makes up about 60% of young people under the age of 29 are part of the Commonwealth, right, which is an important group in terms of ensuring the longevity of the movement.
and we do a number of projects as an extension to the service. We have the Commonwealth exercise book scheme, which we give to the schools across Barbados. There's the Queen's Essay Competition as well, which still happens, which engage a number of young people. There's the Commonwealth Conversations, which we engage with the young people at the University of the West Indies. So we try to make sure we have programs that still try to get the young people engaged. And there's a lot more work that needs to be done because obviously the connection with the young people, the connection with the Commonwealth is something that we want more young people to resonate with. Certainly, there's also another initiative called the Commonwealth Trophy, which we present at BSAC, and this is actually in its 6th year of partnership that we present. Okay. And this year, we actually now partner with NAPSAC as well. So in terms of actually now promoting athletic excellence, we also talk about the values of the Commonwealth, and we try to educate our young people through sport about the values of the Commonwealth. And I guess that's a segue to my role in my workplace, because Commonwealth Sport certainly hosts the Commonwealth Games as well as the Youth Commonwealth Games. So certainly sport plays an integral role in terms of the Commonwealth and the role that sport plays in helping to further the Commonwealth agenda. So
I'm sold. I'm sold on all of that. And so it's through the use of sport you're able to sink into their heads the appreciation, understanding of the role of the Commonwealth and their part in all of this as well. And so, well done. Martin, because you engage with a lot of young boys as well with the Boy Scouts Association, talk to me a little bit about how do you help them also increase their appreciation for their part within the Commonwealth?
Help them to understand that being part of the Commonwealth is a part of Barbados' rich history. To appreciate that, but help them to understand that because we're no longer part of the realm, the Commonwealth is still an important grouping, and still an important multinational grouping, where lots of decisions are made that can shape how Barbados goes. So it's to help them to understand that we are still part of a vibrant organization in which, as Ryan was stating, about 60% of
6% of the young people under 29
are part of the Commonwealth. So we have a large target group that we can work, and if we can work together, we can shape our societies.
It's a good networking opportunity indeed.
Yes.
And so this church service is coming up, and I really want to get to more details on that in just a moment, but we'll take a break here. When we come back, we'll continue talking to these gentlemen about what we can expect as Barbados also steps up for marking of Commonwealth Day. Back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution...
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
29 after the hour of 6 o'clock, Commonwealth Day is coming up, and so on the 9th there's going to be a multi-faith church service to mark this. I'm with some gentlemen who are part of the Commonwealth Society of Barbados. Got that right?
Correct.
Good.
Yes.
And so we want to give you more details now about this church service. If you recall last year, we spoke to you a lot about this, and many of you lined the streets for the parade. There's no parade this time around, but you know exactly where to go, and we'll tell you about that now in a moment. So, Martin Taylor, talk to me a little bit about how the service is structured and what can we expect on the 9th.
Yes, the service is going to be held this year at Calvary Moravian Church in Roebuck Street. The officiating ministers are Senator Dr. John Rogers and Dr. Adrian Smith from Calvary and myself. It is a multi-faith service. We have representatives from the Jewish community, the Baha'is, the Hindus, and of course, the Christian community. We have some presentations from 2 youngsters from Barbados Community College music program. And it is a time for faiths to come and share around the common theme of the service. The service lasts about an hour and a half, in which we attempt to showcase the togetherness of the Commonwealth.
And that's important. The name itself suggests it's common. So those who meet in the space for a common understanding, who shared common values. It's at Calvary Moravian. What time does it start? It starts at 9:30. 9:30. 9:30 in the morning. And so is it open to all of us? Of course it is. Anybody, not just for school children? No, anyone can come, and we value your sharing that service with us. Yeah. The logistics to it, though, because Calvary Moravian is smack dab in Robert Street, which is a busy thoroughfare. So, Sharon, what are the plans surrounding traffic management? Are there any things you want to share with us as that relates to that?
Yes. The venue of itself can only accommodate approximately 30 parking vehicles, but the church of itself can accommodate just over 500 people, both upstairs and downstairs. So we're asking those who are coming to park over by the police sports complex, and we will shuttle them to Calvary Moravian Church. Now, the other logistics is that apart from the schools, the primary and the secondary schools, we have also invited the various organizations, the Barbados Youth Advanced Corps, the Barbados Cadet Corps, the Barbados Fire Service Cadets, the Girl Guides Association of Barbados, the Church Lads and Church Girls Brigade, and the St. John Ambulance Association of Barbados. Those will all be involved in the church service. In addition, the Calvary Moravian Church will be beautifully decorated on the inside with all the flags, the 56 flags of the Commonwealth. And for the arrival of the patron of the association, Her Excellency Dame Sandra Mason, the flags of the Commonwealth Caribbean will be borne by the Seventh-day Adventist Pathfinders. So they will form up on the outside of the church in an arch. Her Excellency would arrive, walk through the flags, and then the flags will go to the west door and process into the church at the start of the church service.
I'm smiling because it sounds so spectacular. I can see it already, right? This is going to be absolutely beautiful. In other words, not to be missed.
Correct.
But you would want everyone, because it starts at 9:30 and we want to await the arrival, to be seated by a specific time.
To be seated no later than 9:10.
10 past 9.
Yes.
I use that kind of clock in my head. So no later than 10 past 9, be in Calvary Moravian for this moment. Don't miss the opportunity to see the Pathfinders create the arch with the flags of the Commonwealth, and then for them to be brought into the church as well and hoisted. And I'm so sorry that we're not having the parade, but is there any other military activity? Because we all love to see the military spectacle. Is there any other military activity that might happen within the environs of the church, Calvary Moravian?
At the end of the church service, the Pathfinders will then recess with the flags out and form the arch again. So you will see it as Dame Sandra leaves.
I see David watching thinking, he has a phenomenal memory. So he was able to recite all of the organizations that were going to be a part. In terms of the logistics now for the children, let's talk a little bit about that, David.
Well, we have special seating reserved for the children, so that they can be in position to see everything, particularly the young ones from the younger ones from the primary schools. We want them close to the front so that they don't have to be peering over people's heads, and we have an experienced team of ushers who will look after well, not just the seating and placement of the children, but everyone. The service will be well coordinated and organized. We do it every year, and every year we try to improve on the last year, fine tune.
So I want parents to understand your children will be well taken care of. Don't you worry, and teachers as well understand that there's a team at Calvary Moravian who will be seeing after the children, so it's orderly and so. And Reverend Taylor, I'm a boy who goes to church for hymns. I love hymns and I love the music. Talk to me what we can expect. Who's preaching?
The preacher is Dr. Adrian Smith from Calvary. He's the preacher. Our theme for this year is Unlocking Opportunities Together for a Prosperous Commonwealth. That's our theme. And we have 2 pieces from the Barbados Community College, and we have 3 lovely hymns. Let me look at the program now and tell you what these hymns are.
Let me tell you, be careful, because Cheryl is a church man. Yes. He knows his hymns by heart.
For the Healing of the Nations is one hymn. The second one is Lord of the Dance.
Oh, yes.
I love that one. And the third hymn, let me find out for you quickly before Mr. Dean puts me in trouble. And the recessional hymn, I lost it.
That's all right. It's another one of those that connect with the Commonwealth.
Yes, it is.
Okay. And so these are hymns, and Lord of the Dance is one I absolutely love.
I love that one.
It's fantastic. And so I can imagine everybody lustily singing at Calvary Moravian to the Lord of the Dance. And so that's what it's about, folks. We're gathering in one space on the 9th. That's Monday coming. Yes. Monday coming. We need to be in there by 9:10, 9:10. And so be in your seat and wait for everything. But as you're waiting, watch what's going on as well, because there are many, many things happening. So look and see how it's so well coordinated indeed. But get yourself into an act of worship as we give God thanks for the continued sustenance of the Commonwealth, and how together 56 countries, 6 member countries mark across the Commonwealth this particular day. And so I want to encourage you to make sure that you are a part itself. But for those sporting organizations, Ren, would you want to also, those who are a part of the Commonwealth Games, would you want for them to come?
So as an extension to what Cheryl mentioned earlier, I know the Barbados Olympic Association, which is also a Commonwealth Games Association, will also be, we have representation as well, because this year, in Glasgow, from July 23rd until August 2nd, is the Commonwealth Games, which are taking place in Glasgow. So certainly, there's a strong connection to sport, as I mentioned earlier. And then we present the first Commonwealth trophy at NAPSA at the finals next week on the 13th. So we're really excited about that. And then we continue our partnership with BSAT, which will happen at the finals later this month as well, around the 28th, I think is the date of the finals. So really excited about continuing to promote the values of the Commonwealth among our young people, because, they're the future, and we need to invest in them and ensure they carry on the legacy, like myself, certainly to the future of the Commonwealth. So really excited and looking forward to see how sport continues to be part of the Commonwealth agenda movement.
So in other words, the Commonwealth is not dead. The Commonwealth is very much still active indeed, and so opportunities still abound for many. Even though we are an associate member of Commonwealth through the Commonwealth Society of Barbados, we are it's still important enough Barbadians to be a part of this church service and all of the other activities that are happening surrounding Commonwealth Day. The church service is at 9:30. Calvary Moravian Church. It's a multi-faith service, but there's some great hymns and songs that we are all connected to. And so your singing and your participation is encouraged. We want to encourage as many of you who work in the area, who live in the area, to come to the church service as well. This is not just for those who are part of the Commonwealth Society alone. This is for all of us to worship together on Monday at the Calvary Moravian Church. If you're coming by car or other vehicles, you park at the Weymouth Sports Club. That's the police training, not the police center, the sports club, and you park there and you will be shuttled to the Calvary Moravian Church. We can only accommodate so many in the church compound. Don't go there. You go to the Weymouth playfield and you park there and wait for the shuttle, because I'm sure that those parking spaces, about 30 or so, are designated already.
Because we've invited members of the diplomatic corps, government ministers and other officials across Barbados to be part of this church service. And I should also add that the Calvary Moravian Church Steel Orchestra will be there at the beginning to entertain.
So while we wait.
Correct.
While we wait.
Yes.
This is well done, well planned. Well done. And I'm sure that because David, this is something you do all the time, this is well oiled, and so you know what to do. Don't worry about it. There will be ushers there to guide you, so if you have any questions, prepare to ask them the questions. They have all the answers that you're seeking. But we really want you to show up and show out for this occasion. It's happening on Monday at Calvary Moravian Church. If you work in the area, note the date, note the time, 9:30 Lionel C. Hill, all of the other places nearby, and come to church. Just for that one moment, come to church to be a part of the Commonwealth Memorial Day service indeed. So I thank each of you, gentlemen.
Thank
and
you.
I wish you well over the activity. Good to see you again, Martin.
Yes, sir.
And Maybe next time when you're preaching, I'll show up.
Promise.
Break right here. We're coming back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 18 minutes now to go to the hour of 7 o'clock. I'm excited about this opportunity to connect with my friend, my lifelong, long-time friend in Gaynell Marshall, who is the host of the upcoming Disrupt HR in Barbados. Gaynell G-Girl, good morning.
Good morning, Pearson, my lifelong friend.
Thank you so much for joining us. Listen, Disrupt Caribbean. Every time I think of the word disrupt, different thoughts go through my head. But I don't want people to think that this disruption is negative. This disruption, as a matter of fact, is very positive. So what is Disrupt HR and when is Disrupt HR?
Oh, Disrupt HR is about the best corporate chaos you can want in your workplace, right? Because what you're disrupting are thought patterns. You're disrupting the way we ordinarily do things. As a matter of fact, we had the biggest disruption the globe has ever seen in COVID. Did we not learn to readjust? Was the show not primarily looking like this back in the day? Yes, it was, because we had to learn how to adjust and adapt and incorporate new thinking. So Disrupt HR is actually a concept that was brought to Barbados and the Caribbean at large by Julie Turney. She's actually the on-the-ground organizer of it. And Julie had been traveling in her HR capacity and came across this thing called Disrupt HR. And it's an invitation to corporate thought leaders and business thought leaders to come together and present different concepts and ways that they would disrupt the workplace. The caveat is you have 5 minutes and 12 slides, not a slide or a second more. And that's what makes it so entertaining, because you need to be able to get your point across and out in that amount of time. And it is always a stellar event.
Indeed so. And so it's important that we do this simply because over time we become so settled, so comfortable, and we lose track of the things that can help the engine of our business go forward. And so these speakers have the opportunity again to help us reimagine what it is that businesses need and how HR is practiced across the world. So give me a sense of who is coming, who's showing up to speak, who will take those 5 minutes and 12 slides to impress all of us.
Okay, well, I don't want to give away all. And mind you, this is the Barbados iteration because, yes, she also has Disrupt HR in Jamaica as well as Trinidad. Marjorie Wharton is probably a name that we have come across during our time. Miss Suzette Hinkson is one of those names. But there's one name I want to share with you for a very specific reason. And you might know this name when I say it, Pearson. Danielle Moore.
Yes.
Danielle Moore is a fierce, loyal advocate, not only for the deaf community, she's a member of the deaf community. She is also a businesswoman. She is a mother, a wife. She is fully entrenched in life as we know it. But just as a show of, yes, inclusivity, Danielle is going to be one of the presenters for Disrupt HR. And why this is so significant is because Julie and her team really took a very conscious decision to make Disrupt HR very inclusive. So if you can contribute, you will contribute. And Danielle Moore is one that I'm very, very excited to see.
This is phenomenal indeed. So who is Disrupt HR for?
Everyone. Everyone. And I do not mean that lightly, because as long as you have ever worked in any kind of space, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are an HR executive, and I know while it's HR based, people tend to think, well, it's only for HR people, but it's not. It's really for business thought leaders. How would we do this differently? How would we make this more tailored for us here in the region? As we can see, we are going through absolute global chaos. Literally, we can only trust ourselves. So how would we do that for our own survival and in a way that we can thrive and build the kind of societies that we want for our sustainability, for our purposes? And if you can get that done in 5 minutes and 12 slides, then this is for you.
Not 1 second more, or what? One slide
Not
less.
a second more, not a slide more.
There you go. And so let's talk a little bit about when we show up for Disrupt HR. First of all, where is it? When is it? And what should I come prepared to do?
Okay, so it's going to be at Hayman's Market on the 26th of March. I believe that's a Wednesday evening. We start promptly at 6, so please to get there at 5:15. We know what traffic looks like at that time of the evening, right? And Hayman's is a fabulous, fabulous marketplace.
Yes.
So you could literally walk around and tour and get yourself settled. And then in the, I would call it the main staging area, this is where they have all the big screens and all the huge seating area, come down there and try to get as close to the stage as you possibly can, because you want to absorb every single moment of this presentation. Now, this year, there's also going to be an addition for the Barbados situation. There's going to be a panel discussion that opens up Disrupt HR. And the subject area for this year's panel discussion, just to get your minds thinking already, is where engagement meets experience, designing workplaces people choose to stay in. Tell me you wouldn't want to be a part of that.
I love it. I'm looking at your background. I'm thinking I choose to stay there. If that was my office, I'll be happy. And so for those who are coming, you are engaging with thought leaders, people who are prepared to take you into other thought patterns that you never perhaps explored before. And it's interactive. As Gaynell said, get as close to the stage as possible because you want to hear and see. Because oftentimes, as we know in communications, that a lot of the message is in the body movements as well. And so as you rub shoulders with other people, you get to have that kind of networking opportunity that opens up your mind to the future. And given the society in which we live today, where we are challenged by so many external forces, not just the internal ones alone, it's important that we get to hear from these people how we could perhaps bend the road a little differently to achieve exactly what we want to achieve. It's on the 25th of March. It starts at 6 in the evening, so we want you to get there early.
Yes.
And all of these people will be a part of the panel. Celia Collymore, Maria Boyce-Taylor, Brittany Brathwaite, Stephanie Caitlin, Birmingham. And so we want you to show up for this, folks. Really, really show up. How do we access being a part of Disrupt HR this year?
Well, first and foremost, follow them on Instagram. They're very socially active. You can meet your speakers, meet your panelists who you just saw, and you can also get your tickets. Now, the first tier of tickets, you would imagine, gone. After this show, I'm thinking that between the two of us, we could get rid of the second batch, right?
Correct.
So make sure you go and get those tickets and, just purchase and come. There are some group options. So this is really where I ask, especially our business leaders that say, listen, send your team members, buy a stack of 5 and let them go as a team and let them bring back all that good information as a team. I mean, this has got to be the most economical fact-finding mission one could ever hope to have. And it is a networking paradise, an oasis. You drink in all that information. People are exchanging contact details, synergies. They're forming other panel discussions at the event, because that's what we like to see. People of similar mindsets or even opposing mindsets coming together and really testing the boundaries of what we can do here in this region.
And as you just said, what we can do here in this region, we can do so much in this region because there are already people of this region who have the experience and the expertise, and we're showcasing them and making them available to you at Disrupt HR at Heyman's. And so, because oftentimes people tend to have to travel to engage with these thought leaders.
Right.
And you say, no.
So funny you should say that, because, people are traveling here to engage with our thought leaders. Right? We have speakers, as I said, from Jamaica, from Trinidad, and we have also, when I say we, because I consider myself a part of the team, Julie has managed, with her incredibly loyal and creative and dedicated team, managed to bring these franchises into Jamaica and into Trinidad as well. So the cultural exchange is so right. People coming from Cayman, people come in from Canada. It is just incredible. This thing is really taking the business space by storm.
Indeed. And this is not the first. This is not the first.
This is 7.0, Pearson. Look, 7.0.
Tested, tried, proven, and we continue to deliver. And that's the whole point here, that when you come, you're coming into a well-curated space where people benefit from people. And it's so important indeed that we do show up. So get your tickets, go to socials, on the social media platforms, Disrupt HR, and you will know exactly where to go get your ticket. You'll know exactly which tier you are now falling into. And I really want you to see this as money well spent.
Oh, best investment ever.
Correct.
Yes.
The best investment ever. And as Gaynell suggested, send a team of people.
Yes.
Send that team. That team returns with all of the mortar, the bricks, everything else to build even higher and build even better, so that you're able to future-proof your business. You're able to have thought leaders in your company who are prepared to step beyond the line and to do exactly what is required to achieve exactly what you want to achieve. But because you've been a part of this, Gaynell, for so long now, tell me about what have been the personal benefits to you, if you don't mind sharing.
The reality is, every year that I get the honor of hosting, because Julie has now become a friend. When she brought this idea to me, at first I was like, 5 slides, 5 minutes, 12 slides, okay. But watching it in action, I'm like, this is actually pretty incredible. And we started, believe it or not, in a room upstairs in a building in Warrens, a room. We are now flooding Heyman's.
Wow.
So that will tell you about the exponential growth that has taken place. But what you get to see are your peers that you have never seen operate in these spaces before. And it's just incredible to watch them put together not only the thought process, but leave you with nuggets that you take away. You literally are taking notes. It's like a school session, but you want to be in this class, and you have the benefit of, well, this time around, 11 different professors, because there are going to be 11 speakers.
Yes.
And then you saw that incredible panel there with 4 amazing thought leaders again. So this has just really, really, really put Barbados in a unique position for just exponential growth and taking off in this space. It's just incredible.
That's a really great word. Incredible indeed. It's an opportunity for Barbados available to you. It happens on the 25th of March. The 25th of March.
I think it's the 26th.
26th?
Yeah, check the poster, 26.
Okay.
And I hope I don't turn up on the wrong day, but it's the 26th.
All right, March the 26th. If you turn up on the wrong day, come the next day. It's on the 26th of March.
Check the socials. Check the socials, because it will tell you when to go. So don't listen to me. My calendar's all over the place.
Mine too. So check your socials, folks, and see just where it's going to be. It's at Heyman's indeed. When it's going to be, it starts at 6 in the evening, because you know exactly where Heyman's is, and you know how traffic flow goes. Then you need to ensure you packing enough time to get there in sufficient time to relax and get ready to receive all of this phenomenal food that will be fed to you on that day. It's on the, Gaynell says to me, on the 26th. And
no, it's the 25th. You're right. Okay. Wednesday is the 25th. I told you my calendar's all over the place. I'm disruptive in my own mind, so don't worry about that.
No, you see, and that's good, because disrupting one's thought pattern is a good thing. And I really want people to understand that when you see the word disrupt, it's a good thing.
It's a good thing. You have to disrupt the space sometimes to shake it up, challenge it. You know, like when you're testing the boundaries, just to see how far we can stretch. This is it. And you will be amazed at how far we can stretch. And by the way, you spoke of being food fed. You know that the restaurants will also be open late, right? So don't worry about dinner. Don't worry about that. Bring your monies. Support the vendors who are also there at Heyman's. If you've never been before, this is your time to tour for the first time. So leave work early. The boss will give you permission. Leave work early, come on down, and make sure that you get there and you get comfortable. It's really an evening very well spent.
And an evening well spent for you, ladies and gentlemen. That's the whole point. For you and your business. So while I'm talking now to the bosses and the leaders of business, this is also for you, because sometimes we tend to think, let's send that team along and let them have a good time. It's also for you, because you get fresh perspective on your business. You get fresh perspective from other business leaders. You also benefit in a significant way. So boss, don't just send alone, you come along with. Because a part of developing a team and a part of building the business is that collaboration. It's a partnership. You don't stand apart from. And so this happens, and it's available to you on the 25th of March from 6 in the evening. Get there early. Remember, traffic, I warn you, but most important, between now and then, get your tickets. Tickets are absolutely affordable.
Very affordable. I mean, can you imagine if we did courses like this in our day at these prices? Like, we would be geniuses right now. Like, we'd be on top of the world. So, I mean, think about all the opportunities you can get. You come away from a phenomenal event. You come away thinking, like, you're driving back home and you're thinking like, all right. So I'll give you a typical example real quick. Last year, somebody spoke about going for a walk and how they started taking their meetings by saying, shall we go for a walk? And they would literally go for a walk. So they got their exercise, they got their dopamine hit, they got their endorphins, and they got their meeting in. It was incredible.
You know, as you just shared that scenario, I remember our days, again, I'll just off track for a moment, our days while working together at Starcom Network and the ways in which we created. Because and we didn't create in a way that says it was a classroom. We were just vibing, and we came up with some wonderful ideas and did some phenomenal things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the whole point. That's what Disrupt HR creates as well. That space is almost like a wonderful little incubator where nobody judges you. No one judges you.
And every idea is just the next great idea that we're looking to develop. You know what, Pearson? You sound like next year's presenter. I'm just saying.
Don't do that. Don't do that. But Gina, thank you for joining me. I really want all of those who are smart in their minds, clear in their minds and thoughts, and who just want to succeed to see this as a must-come-to event indeed on the 25th indeed.
So good. And I can't wait to have everyone there. The panel discussion is exciting. The presenters are going to be phenomenal. And it's going to be that moment that people are talking about the next day. You don't want to be the one saying, what? No, you want to have been there. You want to have been there.
Well said, well put. Thank you so much for joining me, my friend. I wish you a beautiful
day. Thank you for
today.
having me. Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Gaynell Marshall, indeed, who is the MC, the host of this year's Disrupt HR. She's been doing this now from the beginning, so she is best placed to tell us about the benefits that one can derive from showing up, engaging with, and being a part of Disrupt HR. The 25th of March, Heyman's Market, 6 o'clock in the evening, and you are spending time that benefits you and your business. We want to encourage you to get your tickets as soon as possible. Morning Barbados breaks here. We're back in a moment.
It's beautiful, beautiful. Bim 246, I love you.
That's my home. That's my home.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons which will surprise many is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end. And what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them.
Let's look at the news now. A blind 98-year-old man was pulled from his burning home by a quick-acting neighbor yesterday. The fire at Bishop Land, 2 Mile Hill, St. Michael, left Noel Marshall with burns on his body. It also destroyed his house and damaged a neighboring property. Here's a report from Anesta Henry.
This is what remains of the 2-bedroom wooden structure where 98-year-old Noel Marshall once lived alone. Just after midday, neighbors sprung into action to rescue him from the fire that eventually took his home. Jade Brown, who did not want to be on camera, recalled how his father, Anderson Brown, rushed into the burning structure.
So my mom, from through her bedroom window, had spotted and realized that there was smoke coming from the house. So my mom alerted my dad and myself, and we both rushed over to the house. My dad went directly in, and then I followed him in after. And then my dad proceeded to the back of the house to take off the paling to access the other side of the house, which is how he was able to get him out. But unfortunately, we both sustained injuries while trying to get him out, because whilst he was in there, I was alerting the other neighbors, whilst also trying to call the fire tenders as well as the ambulance in the meantime as well, and the police.
The elderly man and his neighbor who rescued him had to be taken to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital by ambulance for treatment. Jade says his neighbors are hoping for the best outcome for Mr. Marshall.
He's blind as well. As I said, my family, we're not official family to him, but he doesn't have any immediately family in this area that even checks on him. So my parents are the ones that take it upon themselves to cook for him, clean him, look after him, because as I said, he is blind.
And he's applauding his father for the act of bravery that might have prevented a worse outcome.
My dad, he doesn't work anymore. He's medically unfit. He has a broken hip. So to do all this, to lift him and to tear off the paling to get to the other side was remarkable. I am just glad that he is okay and that everything is, because it could have been much worse.
Fire officials received the call about the fire around 12:14 p.m. and responded with water tenders from the Bridgetown and Worthing fire stations. 12 officials extinguished the blaze. Divisional Officer Tremel Perch thanked the officers for containing the fire to one structure given the circumstances.
Well, our firefighters are well trained and we overcome all the difficulties and we try to do the best we can.
For the past week, fire officials have been busy outing house fires. Anesta Henry, CBC News.
The President of Barbados, Lieutenant Colonel the Most Honorable Jeffrey Bostic, is warning that the disconnect between education and employment is contributing to youth frustration and delinquency. And he warns that if the root of the problem is not dealt with, the situation will not improve. The President addressed the issue at his alma mater, the Commonwealth School, as he continued his school visits. Rachel Agard has that story.
President of Barbados, Lieutenant Colonel the Most Honorable Jeffrey Bostic says for too long the education system has not been in sync with the demands of the labor market. He says this is contributing to some of the delinquency seen among young people.
If you keep educating and graduating students who
They're all while they're in school and even at university or tertiary institutions. And then we do not have the job market in order to facilitate their entrance for them to start their lives as adults, young adults. That is going to lead and has led to frustrations.
While the head of state acknowledges that the situation did not develop overnight, he says the root causes must now be addressed. He says too many of the nation's youth are being lost to gun crime and other negative activities.
I strongly believe that what we are reaping now really is a manifestation of some deeply rooted problems that have not been adequately addressed for decades. And if we don't deal with the roots and we keep chopping off the branches, which is good, but the branch will spring again, and we will have another wave of activity in years to come. Our task is to try to send that tide, to try to stop you young persons from going adrift and even falling overboard.
Lieutenant Colonel Bostic says this is one of the reasons the Chapman Challenge was conceptualized. It's designed to benefit all young people, not just those from socially or economically challenged communities.
The challenge that takes you from where you are, which is the lane, to the highest point of the country, Hillary, which is the pinnacle or the zenith of your aspirations and your full potential, to help you to realize your dreams.
Young people are encouraged to pursue and achieve their dreams under the Chapman Challenge, which will run over 3 years and includes community service, mentorship, and leadership development, among other areas. Rachel Agard, CBC News.
Child labour is not a major concern in Barbados, and officials say they're taking proactive steps to ensure that it stays that way. Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Labour, Social Security and the Third Sector, Fade Prescott, said there have been no reported cases of child labour in Barbados in recent years, and she made those comments during the ministry's National Child Labour Forum.
Usually, since Barbados is part of Latin America and the Caribbean, they lump us together. So usually we would have more child labor in the other Latin American countries, but usually we are LAC, Latin American Caribbean, but we don't have any reported cases of child labor in Barbados. But we still have to continue to sensitize persons on what is child labor and what is not child labor. So they'll be aware if they see anything that they think is child labor, so they can speak out, let an adult know, and then they will know the avenues they can go to.
Ms. Prescott said the National Child Labour Forum, which brought together students, teachers and other stakeholders, is one of the ministry's initiatives to ensure child labour does not become an issue here.
We have some persons from the police, they'll talk about trafficking and a various number of things, just to sensitize children so that not only the children, but the teachers, adults, so they will know if they see something, they'll speak up and they know who to go to.
Republic Bank Barbados is investing more than $200,000 in community outreach initiatives. The funding will support the bank's corporate social responsibility program, Power to Make a Difference. Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer Carleen Sudat made the announcement during the official launch of the program for the 2025 to 2026 fiscal year.
Yet the true value of this work really is not a number. And you've seen some of it this afternoon in early video. It is reflected in the cleaner coastlines. It is reflected in the confident students standing before an audience, in the coral reef restoration and environmental advocacy, and in individuals who discover that their past does not define their future. Our theme this year, Powered by Purpose, Transforming Communities, captures exactly who we are and where we are going.
The bank welcomed new partners to the initiative while reaffirming its support for organizations that have supported the program in recent years.
And each organization here brings a level of expertise, passion, and vision that strengthens our collective impact. The challenges facing Barbados are complex and interconnected, so I implore you to work together. They require coordinated action. No single institution could solve these challenges and problems alone. But through partnership, innovation, and sustained commitment, meaningful progress is definitely possible. And some of us in this room have certainly seen it. Our vision is and remains clear. A Barbados where young people are equipped for emerging industries, where communities are environmentally conscious and climate resilient.
The island's most decorated jockey, Patrick Husbands, has withdrawn from this year's Sandy Lane Barbados Gold Cup. Anmar Goodrich-Boyce has that story.
Legendary Barbadian jockey Patrick Husbands will not be riding in Saturday's Sandy Lane Barbados Gold Cup. The 43rd running of the Caribbean's most prestigious horse race was built as a farewell occasion for this island's most respected reinsman. However, in a stunning turn of events, Husbands confirmed to CBC Sports that he's no longer competing in the marquee race. During an interview, Husbands revealed the reason behind his decision, citing that he initially thought he was riding Divin Propos, only to find out that he was now booked for the USA entry Sir London instead. Husbands indicated that he has notified Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Turf Club, Rosette Pierce, of his decision, and he will now finish his illustrious career this summer. He also had a message for his fans.
I want to tell my fans that I'm disappointed, heartbreaking. I was so proud to be riding a horse that the only way I would get beat is if the gates don't open, and I was keeping it low profile. But it's what it is. I had a meeting yesterday with Rosette Pierce, and I tell Rosette this was supposed to be my last day riding in Barbados, because this year I'm quitting, and I will go back to the Canada and finish off up there. But the way how things work out, that is, I'm not going to be riding in this Gold Cup. So speaking to Rosette yesterday, I tell she we will correspond one another, and I will finish off riding my last race in Barbados, which is this year.
Husbands is the most successful local jockey, having recorded more than 3,000 wins in a career that has spanned 30 years. The 52-year-old was aiming for a 5th Gold Cup title after winning 4 times in 1990 on board Vardar, in 2006 with Sharp Impact, 2010 with Sturbins, and 2014 with Major Marvel. Anmar Goodrich-Boyce, CBC Sports.
Well, the Turf Club last evening revealed its race card for Saturday's race, and it shows now that Rocco Bowen will be riding Sir London. That's a look at news and sports until now. We'll have more news coming up at 12 noon right here on TV8. Morning Barbados comes back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely, and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 17 minutes after 7 o'clock this Friday morning. Don't forget our question of the day today asks if you could say thanks to one woman who has shaped your life. What would you say in celebration of International Women's Day? I'd like to know who she is and what would you say to her as you mark International Women's Day, which comes up on Sunday. So if you could say thanks to just one woman who's helped to shape your life over time, then what would you say to her in celebration of International Women's Day? The name and the what is what I'd like to hear from you, Wendy. So think about it, and as you go, you can post your comments in our comment sections on Facebook and YouTube. But we're going all the way now to Africa, as a matter of fact, to Kenya. And we ask ourselves the question, what is Jin for doing in Kenya? Well, she'll explain to us now as we say good morning to you, Jin.
Hi, good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us today. What are you doing in Kenya?
Good morning to everyone. I am here promoting Barbados and Cropover as the biggest and summer festival.
The biggest and the sweetest summer festival, you're absolutely right. So in Kenya, talk to me a little bit about how this opportunity came about and what have you been able to do so far in this promotional effort?
Well, this opportunity has literally been a journey. So back in 2024, we had a customer who was a part of the band and basically said, you know, this would be great in Kenya. This is such an amazing fit. So, you know, we had conversations, we talked. Her name is Selena MacDonald. Later, we were to find out she is the wife of the High Commissioner of Barbados to Kenya. So after we found that out, you know, there were conversations. She introduced us to the Culture and Diaspora Affairs Officer here at the High Commission. Her name is Harriet Osborne Visser. And we had months and weeks of talking about bringing the Bajan culture to Africa, to Kenya in Nairobi specifically. So after we spoke about it, nights and nights of collaborating, there's actually a show that is featuring fashion, but we also want to merge the festival of Cropover. So who does that best, if I could add? Brand J. Angelique, and of course, Vida by Esquire. So what we did was merge the element of festival and fashion and bring it here. So what we're doing, we're actually taking part in the fashion show and exposing the festival fashion to Nairobi.
When is that show?
The show actually happens this Saturday, and we are the finale. So Nairobi is very excited to have the Bajan and the Bajan culture showcased at their show.
You are in Nairobi, Kenya for tomorrow's fashion showcase where you're exposing all to our fashion and our culture. Talk to me for a second.
Yeah.
Did you take Barbadian models or are you using Kenyan models, first of all?
The thing about our journey is that we always want to blend our culture with the culture of Nairobi. So we're using all Kenyan models. They may not necessarily be from the exact Kenya, but they are from Africa, and we're using their local models.
Good. So what has their reaction been to your designs and the costumes from Vida by Esquire?
They are very excited to actually touch and feel what Caribbean Bajan culture feels like. You know, just like how sometimes we have these preconceived notions of what Africa is, they have preconceived notions of what the Caribbean is. So when they see all the designs, when they touch the fabric, see the vibrant color, they were just absolutely over the moon, very excited to be a part of Caribbean and Bajan culture.
So the conversation has started through your creative arts, really. And so what are some of the questions they're asking you about Barbados and about crop over? And I'm just still curious as to what you say.
Yeah, so some people can't believe that we have this day of jubilation and color and revelry where we parade in the streets. That is like they try to wrap their heads around the notion. Definitely watching our designs compared to Kenyan fashion. Kenyans are a bit conservative, but we are able to showcase our color, showcase the feathers, showcase our style. And, you know, we have to kind of, yes, we don't only have beautiful beaches and, you know, relax all day. You know, we have a vibrant economy. We have very talented artisans, professionals, business people. So, you know, you just kind of showcase it holistically.
Your opportunity for networking. Talk to me about what is the embassy doing there to provide you with the doors that you can open so that you can begin to share your craft and to do business on behalf of Barbados.
Yes, well, firstly, I need to thank the Barbados High Commission. Like, this entire thing is made possible. Of course, His Excellency Alex MacDonald, of course, the Deputy High Commissioner Jovan Reed, BTMI, the Barbados Tourism, and Visit Barbados, pivotal Kyle Gittins, the Director of Markets in Africa and the Middle East. Everyone has come together to make this journey possible, and Harriet has worked with us. She is the Culture and Diaspora Consultant for the Affairs for the High Commission, and it has been a collaborative effort. Everyone, and you need to hear them speak so positively about Nairobi and the opportunities to blend the cultures. Nairobi has a significant large population, so they are seeing the spread. They could foresee the spread of Caribbean Bajan culture and the acceptance of it from the population.
How long have you been there now?
We have been here for a week. Mm-hmm. It took us a very long time to get here. But what we try to do to stay on the time, the Tribal Chic is actually the fashion show we're having. So the day we arrived, they're actually having a pop-up shop. So what we did, we just took a little nap and just powered through the day so that we would stay on Nairobi time instead of going back to Bajan time and then sleeping when they're up and being up when they're sleeping.
So in terms of your absorption of their culture and an appreciation for their way of life, what inspires you so far about the Kenyan culture?
Everyone is laughing at me when I say we're coming back to our motherland, right? I literally even had to ask if it's something that I could freely say, you know? And they were like, yes, this is the motherland. I am so appreciative they hold on to their roots and their culture, something that we ourselves are trying to promote. Our histories may be a bit different, and they are promoting, and they have held onto theirs so proudly. Is something, I'm so proud to see. And of course, we had Ugali, is that the name? We have had their local food. When we travel, we like to do what the locals do. So we have gone to places there, eat locally. I've purchased their local fashion. We just really like to be entrenched in their local culture, and that's something we take so seriously.
Good. I'm glad you went there because I wanted to go there myself. Food. And for us on this side of the world, our menu, generally what we like to eat in Barbados. But you mentioned a particular food just now that you've tasted. Describe for me what that food looks like or tastes like, so it excites my Barbadian appetite.
I can't even remember what it's made of, but imagine something like looking like a mashed potato, but it's a little stickier in consistency. Mind you, when we went to the local restaurant, they brought out all the meats. We had liver, we had goat, we had all these things. And then they said, go and wash your hands and begin. So we're looking for our plates, our knife and fork, our napkins, what we used to. They said, no, you eat with your hands. And we had a local driver. And he showed us, you just take it and you eat it with your dip. You take your meats and you eat with your hands. And this is called yamachoma, and you eat and barbecue meat, and you eat with your hands. And it was just such an enlightening experience to know that, listen, this is our history, it's our culture. So we were so happy to be entrenched in it, and just an amazing experience.
Would you do that when you return to Barbados, though? Would you still eat with your hands and eat the food in that kind of way?
Listen, when you open your box of chicken, you eat it with your hands. So of course, and when we travel, we like to take back recipes to try it out, to see. But I could definitely see us, appreciating that level of culture more.
So you could live there. You could easily live there. When you walk the streets, do you get a sense that, are you seeing people who look like you, but that you feel safe? Describe for me what the feel of Nairobi.
Listen, I had to ask some of the locals. I said, can they tell I'm a tourist? Because everybody's so nice.
Yes.
And actually, they said, no, they said, everyone is normally nice. So that's the first thing. From the time we land at the airport, we came in like 3 or 4 in the morning. Everybody was so nice. Then when I'm meeting, networking, everybody was unbelievably nice, and they said that is the way of Nairobi and Kenya. And even the way, as I mentioned, how the High Commission speaks about Nairobi, very welcoming. They say it's a beautiful launching pad, a good place to start where you could get the culture, the language. They speak English, but they have Swahili, broken Swahili, and then within that, they have different tribes as well. So everyone also has their language that they speak. So it's just, yes, I can see myself living here. And then it's a booming economy. Everywhere you look, there's construction, there's real estate, so you can see it's developing. It's definitely a place I could see myself.
Wow, I feel your excitement. I see it by your smile on your face, so thrilled you are to be there. And you're looking forward to tomorrow night's fashion showcase. How many segments are you showing tomorrow?
Pardon, you broke up a bit.
How many segments are you showing tomorrow in the fashion show?
So what we did is merge the ready-to-wear and festival. So we're basically showing about 12 pieces from our resort wear, and then with the costumes. So we are the finale. And let me tell you, they are so excited to have us here because, again, you're hearing about the Caribbean, and then seeing it is something completely different. So they're so excited. I didn't even know that we were going to be the finale, but the love that they have shown our culture has been so overwhelming.
And that's really through the connections with the Barbados Embassy there, indeed. So to Ambassador
Yes.
Alice McDonald, big thank you. I'm sure you want to take
Yes.
time now to say thank you again to those who have been able to facilitate this opportunity for you.
Yes, and I want to go through the list. I want to start with the fashion show, of course, Tribal Chic and their hospitality. We have stayed at their accommodations, Trademark and the Tribe Hotel. Of course, Harriet Osborne Visser, who has made this trip unbelievably comfortable. Of course, Selena MacDonald, His Excellency Alex MacDonald, who is the High Commissioner of Barbados to Kenya, the Deputy High Commissioner, Jovan Reed, Kyle Gittins, who just was quick on the ball, the Director of Emerging Markets. And funny enough, we were speaking to him on a Zoom call, and then we walked through the door. Here he is. So he's actually in Nairobi now. And just everyone, the collaboration with everyone to make this possible, and everyone who has that dream of pushing the Bajan culture forward. Of course, that has been our number one goal of Vida by Esquire as well. Culture, Bajan culture first. Come to see it first, the best and biggest, sweetest, as you mentioned, summer festival for the summer. Yes, in Barbados.
It is indeed one of the sweetest summer festivals. It is the sweetest. And so we can't wait to hear from you. You need to give us a report following tomorrow's showcase. It's tomorrow for us. What's the time there? It's 7:31 Barbados time. What's the time for you?
It's actually 2:31 p.m. here. So we're up a while.
You're well ahead of the time, indeed. So we're looking forward. I want the report from you. Don't forget, connect with us, share with us,
Yes.
not just the report on your fashion show, but bring back something that helps us connect, like you have, with the Kenyan
Yes.
culture. We'd be able to happy to hear from you. All right?
Yes, perfect.
Jin Ford is her name. She's right now in Kenya. She's looking for using her craft and her skills to be able to showcase in Kenya tomorrow. And so we're excited about all of the opportunities that this opportunity provides her and provides other designers from Barbados as well, because she's now creating the template by which we can find ourselves engaged in the market space in Nigeria. Kenya. And so, Jin, I thank you so much for joining us. And Morning Barbados breaks here. We are back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end. and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 25 minutes now to go to the hour of 8 o'clock. Barb is still looking for you. Perhaps for me too. And so we're met now with the president of BARP in Marilyn Rice-Bowen, and we're looking specifically today at the ways in which insurance can help you live out the rest of your life in peace and in comfort. And we're happy to be joined from Beacon by the Regional Manager Client Relations in Monique Mitchell. Good to see you indeed. Marilyn, I'll start with you. What's this recruitment drive as it relates to Beacon is all about?
It's about opening doors for persons between the ages of 40 to 59 to join our health plan, the BARP health plan, and it's called open enrollment, and that means no medical questions are asked. So it's an excellent opportunity for those persons between the ages of 40 to 59 to come on board, because it's difficult to exist without health insurance in Barbados, anywhere but particularly in Barbados. So you need to seize this opportunity now and secure your health insurance. Absolutely no medical questions being asked.
I like that part. I'll get to you, Michelle, in just a moment. And so, as we grow older, we see the trajectory. We're often met by medical concerns. And so now is the opportunity given to you, because no questions will be asked, for you to secure your future and have that peace of mind that the insurance is there to help you when it's needed too.
Exactly. And the other selling point is that once you pay your premiums and you're a member of the health plan, this health plan expires when you die. So whereas some persons, their health plan expires maybe at 65, 70 with BARP, the plan goes right through until death. So if you die at 101, 100, whatever, you will still
be covered once you keep your premium
the only thing one has to do is to pay your premiums. Just pay your premiums, and the insurance will look after the rest.
So those watching who find themselves in that cohort 40 to 59 and they have other questions about it, is that where do we come to BARP, or should we turn to Beacon?
Well, we can come to BARP or go to Lynch Brokers at Sky Mall and complete the forms there.
Okay, BARP or Lynch Brokers at Sky Mall and begin that process of registration.
One must be a BARP member.
But that's the criteria.
Yes,
right.
Yes.
And so therefore membership, as you know, starts at my young age and it goes up to Marley's old age. But it's affordable and it brings benefit. I keep saying to people, membership brings benefits. And it's those benefits that BARP is excited to share with us this morning as it relates to health insurance. And so are you seeing a take-up of since you reduced the age, like we just still married, since you reduced the age for membership, have you seen more and more people coming on board?
Yes, we have. Not a rush, but they're coming. They're coming because they recognize the importance, as well as, in addition to being a member of BARP, there's so many other benefits. And what you also find is that you have persons, maybe in that 40 to 59 age group, who are self-employed. And we also tell persons, it's always good if you're working, your health insurance is just good. It's good as long as you're with that employer. Yes. If you lose that job, then you lose the coverage. So it's always best, I always like to use the cell phone. Hope young people like to work with the cell phone. We'll always have your health insurance. So if anything happens, you have your own health insurance plan, and life won't be that difficult.
That's a very good point, a very good point. Someone just asked me in my ear the question, can I register now in my 40s because I'm not yet a member of BARP, and also sign up for the insurance at the same time?
Same time.
Right. Convenience. That's what we're talking about. And so, Monique, talk to me a little bit. It's no questions asked. Sell me on this insurance package.
Okay, perfect. So before I get into that, what I want to highlight is many times people don't think insurance is necessary. And it's only until something critical happens, then we see people kind of hunting around or shopping around for insurance. By then it's too late, because you're going to have things like all these exclusions coming in and probably even denied. So with this drive, the intent is to get a niche group of people on, and continue to keep them on for as long as the plan is there. Now, the plan will cover you for basically everything: your dental, your vision, any major surgeries. Even if you have a cough and cold and you want to go to the doctor, you're going to be covered for that. Like Marilyn said, it offers lifetime coverage. So, you know, I think that's a key thing to do with insurance as well. And I know sometimes we get the questions, if it is that I'm covered because maybe I'm employed with an employer and they have a medical plan, why do I need to come and sign up for Barb's insurance? There's something called coordination of benefits, which I like. Because really it speaks to people who are covered by more than one insurance plan. So they can claim under the employer's plan first, but also submit claims to Beacon after to get processed on the remaining amount. So it's a win-win situation.
I like that. My health plan with the employer allows me to have beneficiaries, other dependents who can be on that plan. Is the same thing applicable to this?
Correct, correct. So you can add your dependents onto the plan as well. So it's open to kids and, well, of course, your spouse, only one.
Only one.
Yeah, so your dependents do get the same benefits that you have. There's no sharing of benefits. If you are covered for, let's say, example, 200,000, your wife will be covered for the same amount as well.
So I can discuss with you the amount of coverage I want, or is it just a basic one time everybody falls under that coverage?
So we actually have different divisions because we're targeting the 40 to 59 division. That is tied to a major medical maximum of about 500,000.
Okay.
Yeah, so you could start with that, and of course there's different stipulations within the plan for certain benefits like your doctor visit, your dental, your vision.
All right, no questions asked. So those who are living with non-communicable diseases, can they be a part of this plan?
If they fall within the 40 to 49 division, yeah, because it's open enrollment, they can come on without any medicals, but based on the... they could come out without any medicals. Of course, we have certain things that sat in the plan that allows us to provide some kind of cost containment too, because we don't want where we have a situation and we have a bunch of people coming on. There's major things coming on in the plan, and then the plan now takes a hit and it collapses. So we've put certain things in place to kind of help control that.
Okay, affordability. You know, that's always the question. Life as life is. We always hear the term life, cost of living, cost of living, cost of living. I can't afford. Don't look at me like that. And so we're managing our budgets at this stage as well, at my later stage. The younger ones can perhaps have a little bit more wherewithal within their working life to do so. But in making that decision, is it cost affordable?
Yes, so premiums start as low as $138, and of course, as you work your way through the different divisions, there's adjustments.
That's $138 a year or $138 a month?
$138 a month.
Good. So I'm saying that because I don't want people asking that question.
Yes.
So you're clear, it's $138 a month, and you get all of this till you die. Literally until you die. And that's the whole thing. And within all of this as well, because someone may be being paid weekly, you can have a payment plan of sort as you do so, or is it that's not possible?
No, so we try to get the full amount up front, because when you make part payments, that's when it gets a bit tricky, because what we don't want is persons to make a part payment and then they can't get full access to their benefits until we get the full amount.
I got you. But you must first be a member of BARP. Must first be an active, paid-up member of BARP. That's a critical point as well. So that, with the insurance, allows you peace of mind till you die. That, with the health insurance, allows your relatives peace of mind until you die. And I know it sounds dreadful to say it till you die, but the reality is that's life. And so as a consequence, this is a no-brainer. You can contact BARP, or you can go to Lynch Insurance Brokers and they will help you with the process. If you're not yet a member of BARP, and this package, by the way, is just targeted at those 40 to 59. I'm almost out of that bucket, so I got to get there fast. Become a member of BARP, Then at the same time, you can also sign up for this health insurance through Beacon Insurance. Join the BARP Group Medical Plan. It's affordable, it's reliable, and it's coverage for your future. There are times when we are, and we didn't even realize that we are met with circumstances that cause us to be flat on our back, and we can't work in the way that we would want to work, and we have mounting medical bills. This insurance plan helps us to be able to manage that process as it goes. It creates that peace of mind that we all want. None of us knows when we'll be met with a medical condition. But if you're covered, and because you're part of this program, peace of mind. Because no questions are asked, no medical record will be applied. It's a limited time offer. What's the time on this one? When do
So
you
it
close?
ends the 31st of March.
Oh my goodness, we only have a few more days.
Yeah.
Only a few more days we have. So it ends on the 31st of March, and thereafter, well, you missed out. But perhaps BARP will be considered to bring back a little later on too.
It's up to the insurance.
Up to the insurance company to do so. But it's important that we do join BARP, and we do join this medical plan as well, because membership brings benefits. Thank you so much, Marlene.
Pleasure's
As
all mine.
always.
Thank you very much for giving
But
us the opportunity.
continuing to look out for the concerns of the people, like me, who
Of
need
course,
help.
everybody needs help.
Everyone needs help.
Everybody needs
That's right. So if you're 40 years old, don't think you're too young to take this seriously. You are actually at a very good age to take this so seriously and plan for your future and the future of your people who you live with, whether it's the wife or the child. And so we want to encourage all of you to do so as quickly as possible. 40 to 59. 40 to 59. Get serious about life and living. Thank you so much as well, Monique.
Thank you for having us.
Welcome. You're very welcome. All the best indeed.
Thanks.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Morning Barbados comes right back with more.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We only have 12 minutes to go until 8 o'clock, and Simon Allen is with me. And you know, when Simon is with me, we need more time than that. Simon Allen is the program officer with the Department of Emergency Management, because this month is Coastal Hazards Month, where we focus on those hazards at our coastline generally, but within as well that affect all of us. And so, Simon, morning.
Hey, morning to you, man. How you doing?
I'm good. You've had a busy week. As I said, Simon was expecting you earlier this week.
I know, right? Well, Wednesday we had the launch of our Coastal Hazards and Earthquakes Smart Month. We were on the Hastings Rocks Esplanade, and it was good. We had the new Minister of Home Affairs and Information, Honorable Gregory Nichols. He gave remarks. My director, Miss Kerry Hines. So it was good. And this month is a special month for us. I know there's a lot going on in Barbados, but the Coastal Hazards and Earthquakes Smart Month is very important, because we want to remind Bajans that earthquakes can happen at any time, and we want to just alert them about what they're supposed to do.
All right.
So that's what we're going to get into this month.
I'm going to get to that in a second. These winds that we're having right now, have you seen the seas, the choppiness of the seas?
Very much. It's good for surfers.
Great for surfers, but it just reset my mind as to what's possible as it relates to tsunamis for a second.
That's right.
I stood on the rocks outside of Enterprise Beach yesterday, took a little video of it, and I was watching the anger of the waves and how it receded. I kept thinking, should I run? Because I'm not sure if this is natural, but the waves are banging against the rocks. And we assume, oh, that's just another day with rough seas.
That's right.
But that also reminds me of what's possible if I don't read it right as it's a tsunami.
Exactly. So we do know that an earthquake, any kind of earthquake, especially the marine earthquakes, can happen. And when that occurs, it means that there's a possibility that a tsunami can occur. In our region, we have Jenny, so we do know that that's a submarine volcano. If that erupts, there is a possibility of a tsunami. So we always tell people to just monitor the signs. If you're at the sea and you see the sea receding in a very strange way, run to higher ground. Higher ground might mean evacuating vertically. If you're next to hotel property, to go up the floors in the hotel, or to go further inland away from the beach. So during this month, actually today is actual National Earthquake Preparedness Day. So we are encouraging people to do the DCH, drop, cover, and hold on. Right? Drop, cover, and
my table is too low.
You don't have to go under the table.
You told me cover.
Yeah, but cover your head with your hand. Come on. Cover your head with your hand and make sure that nothing falls on your head. So that's what we want people to do today. And that's going to start around 10 o'clock. So if you're at your business place, you're in a school, we have a partnership with a couple of schools that they will actually do the drop, cover, and hold on. So that is today. Now, we also know that next week, going into the week, we also have on the 15th, to my knowledge, that's a Sunday, we have a meeting in St. Thomas, a community meeting where we invited people to come out and join the DEO. The DEOs are still working. It's going to be at 4:30 p.m. at the Lester Vaughan School. Thursday the 19th is the Carib Wave exercise. Carib Wave exercise is a very big exercise. 3 schools will be participating in the evacuation exercise, namely Eagle Hall Primary, Deacons Primary, and the St. Leonard's boys school, secondary school. So we want people to be aware of what to do when an earthquake occurs, and also to be aware of where the assembly points are in your building and where to go to higher ground in terms of evacuation routes.
None of us, well, those of us who were alive at that time would forget the rumble we had here in Barbados when the earth shook.
Yeah, that's right.
I was upstairs, so I had to come downstairs to get outside.
So you were one of the persons that jumped through the window or something like that, no?
You can see little me surviving a jump through a window.
But no.
But it was a good tester of sorts.
Of course.
And for me, in reviewing, I realized, you know what? I don't know how to respond when I feel the earth shake.
DCH, drop, cover, and hold.
Well, it was chaos on the corridors.
Yeah, for sure.
And so to avoid the chaos on the corridors, just drop, cover, and hold.
Yeah, during the initial shaking.
Initial shaking.
And then when the shaking stops, proceed in an orderly fashion to the nearest exit and then go to the assembly point outside. It's important to go to the assembly point so that your workplace can have an idea of the number of persons at work. And that's like with schools and so on. After the drill, you take a head count so you know you can account for staff and for students, or in this instance, the staff here.
And then, of course, as for the officials of the building, do an inspection to see if there's been
any compromise to the building, any cracks, or any natural gas leaks, any water burst pipes, and so on.
But because it was such an unusual emotion, it felt so weird.
Yes, and your ears too as well, and your head feel a little
that's
giddy.
Because we're not accustomed to this activity. It's never thought top of mind to drop, cover, and
hold on. DCH.
Or to remain calm and orderly, make your way through. Panic ensues.
Yeah, that's right.
And so you want, through this exercises this month, for us to remember panic is not an option.
Yeah, panic can never be an option.
Never to panic. Take your time, exit the building, go to your point of assembly.
That's right.
But drop, cover, and hold on.
During the initial shaking. After that first major earthquake shock happens, then you exit through the building, through the main exit or wherever it is, and then you go to the assembly point.
And because now we know so much, you know how we are as a people. Google helps us and tells us if that happens, look for the C's to do this or that. And we begin to get ahead of the agencies as it relates to what to do. So how do we manage that process then? We realized we had a shake, we outside assembled, and we don't want to leap ahead of you.
Right, so you listen to a credible radio or TV station like CBC TV 8, or you listen to 100.7, of course, credible, so that you would hear the advisory, you would hear the notice saying, okay, the earthquake has happened, there is no tsunami warning or threat, only the reputable agencies can issue that. So we don't want people to get online to run ahead of themselves and say, oh, they had an earthquake, so there's always a tsunami. You can't assume that because there's an earthquake that there would be a tsunami.
Let's look at the people using our roads.
That's right.
Because I have a car, engine will start, and I'm heading to my house. So talk to me about that natural response that people generally would take.
Right. So the thing about it, if you remember when we had the earthquake, there was a big traffic gridlock. Everybody was bumper to bumper. Because as you could imagine, you're trying to get out or get away from Bridgetown or wherever. And we usually tell people, if you're in a place and there's a major earthquake that occurs and you're in your vehicle, you try to put the vehicle stationary, right? And obviously with traffic gridlock, you can't drive and get out. If you're close to the sea and you see the sea receding, just get out the car, leave it, and head to high ground. But also on the 29th, Sunday the 29th of March, very important, we have our run, Tsunami Run, that is occurring 3 p.m. in Bay Street. So we're going to start in Bay Street, and we're going to do a loop and come back to Bay Street. So we want people to come out. All you need to do is to register online for the Run, Tsunami Run. Registration is free. All you need to do is donate a non-perishable item or personal care products.
That's on the 29th.
That's on the 29th, Sunday the 29th of March, 3 p.m.
Thank you for doing it on lower ground this year.
Yeah, for sure. Remember we were in
thing.
St. Joseph and so on. That was hard.
But you know, the point is it helps us to sharpen our focus in what's important. Really, what's important. And part of that knowing what's important sometimes is not the vehicle.
No,
we
it's
know
not.
It's for a lot of people an investment. But at the same time, your life is
Of
what's
course.
more important. The vehicle is insured, so it's
That's
covered.
right.
It can be replaced.
Correct.
You
cannot
there's
be
no
replaced.
insurance on that one now. That's
Correct.
a totally different matter. And so knowing more is important. In this month as well, is your team moving around to businesses and engaging in what we're doing now?
Definitely. So what we do is that I would advise every Bajan to follow our social media pages. We have a number of informative videos and posts telling people what to do during this month of coastal hazards and being earthquake smart. Another thing that we're doing too is that we're going to have a public lecture a little later on in the month, and more details will be shared. But we just want to remind people, especially parents and the students, that we're going to have the carb wave exercise on Thursday, March 19th. Right. And that is going to be from 11 a.m. 3 schools are participating in the evacuation exercise. The scenario is the eruption of the Kikamjeni volcano, and we anticipate that there would be a tsunami. So we just want people to download the BMS Insight app. This is all about early warning too. We want people to download the app so that the information can be received to you. Yeah.
And that app, anyone should download it?
Yes, because the BMS Barbados Meteorological Services is the focal point for early warning in Barbados, not just for weather, all hazards, all hazards.
Oh.
Yeah, BMS Insight, it could be on iOS or it could be through Android.
iOS or
Yeah,
Android.
yeah, Apple then, yeah.
I get you, man. I get you. It's just that there's a demographic.
Yeah, the young people,
What are
right.
you talking about? What? Right. So for Android phone users or for other
Apple
phone
phone,
users
yeah,
as
that's
well, there's an app that fits your particular phone.
BMS Insight.
INSIGHT.
That's right.
And so I got to download it. I haven't downloaded it yet.
All the alerts, everything you would get on your phone.
Okay. We showed to the folks just now the page, so you get to see. Remember, there's a very important meeting for the residents of St. Thomas.
Yep.
That's coming up on the 14th.
Yes, it is the Sunday the 14th,
right?
From 4:30 p.m. to about 6:30 p.m. at the Lester Vaughan School.
Right.
So we want people to come out and join the DEO, but also find out how they can get the skills and the training to be assets to the community.
Indeed. We were also sharing while we were speaking as well, a little clip from how children have been taught what to do: drop, cover, and hold.
That's right.
And so we want to really explore the social media page of the Department of Emergency Management. There's a trove of information and guidance that we should all get familiar with. And the more we practice, the more it becomes second nature. That's the whole point. The more we practice, look at it's right there on your screen.
But there you go.
You know?
I was with those kids there. They're very good at the Arthur Smith Primary School.
Cover, and hold.
Yeah, I was holding the camera. Somebody go hold the camera.
At least the children get it.
Man, they know. They know.
They know.
They know.
And so it's important for us to be able to do so. So there's a lot still to talk about in this month.
Yes.
And so Simon, as always, is really
And I will be back again.
You promise. And so I'll take you to your word.
All right.
All right. We'll take a break right here on Morning Barbados. We're coming back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Before we go, let me just remind you that Beijing Fusion Women's Wellness Walk in association with the National Organization of Women is taking place this Sunday from the main guard and the clock tower at the Garrison Savannah, and it's in observance of International Women's Day. Now that walk will bring together nearly 300 women and supporters, and it's being hosted under the theme From Puberty to Pregnancy to perimenopause and beyond. Now, this year's event will also support the Barbados Association of Endometriosis and PCOS. So you need to be there and get there early. Now, participants, you gather at 3:30. There's a little bit happening in a warm-up activity as well. The walk begins at 4, and it heads to the Hastings Boardwalk. And that's where they'll be for some other fitness challenges and giveaways. So show up, show out. That's only one activity happening on International Women's Day this Sunday. And remember, we asked you the question today that I hope becomes a conversation in your workspaces as well. Who's that one woman you'd like to say thank you to who has shaped your life? And what would you say to her in celebration of International Women's Day? Think about it. There's so many other women who've impacted you, not just your mother alone. And so I want you to, in a demonstrable way, show your appreciation to women. That is it for this Friday morning. My little crew joins me in saying to all of you, have a wonderful weekend. Be the will of the Lord. We shall see you on Monday. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.